Imagine having so much gold that giving it away crashes an entire country's economy. One man did exactly that. Not a tech mogul, not a modern tycoon, but a 14th century African king. His name? Mansa Musa. And he wasn't just rich, he was legendary. This is the story of how the richest human in history ruled an empire, changed the world, and then vanished into myth. Welcome to the channel where ancient legends meet real history. If you're new here, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another story that rewrites everything you thought you knew. Let's uncover the epic life of Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa was born around 1280 CE during a time when West Africa was booming, but not in the way most of us learn in school. He was part of the Mali Empire, a powerful civilization that thrived off the land's most precious resource, gold. At its peak, Mali was producing nearly half of the world's gold supply. But Musa didn't inherit the throne in the usual way. He became ruler after the previous king, Abu Bakr II, mysteriously disappeared at sea, possibly on a voyage to explore the Atlantic Ocean. With Abu Bakr gone, Musa was handed control of the empire and the keys to unimaginable wealth. So how rich was Mansa Musa? Historians say his wealth is incalculable. Literally, it was so vast it can't be measured in today's dollars. But for comparison, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Bill Gates combined wouldn't come close. What made him so wealthy? 3 things. The Mali Empire sat on some of the richest gold deposits in the world. Salt was nearly as valuable as gold in the ancient world, and Mali controlled its trade routes. Cities like Timbuktu and Gao became centers of trade, culture, and education under his rule. Every gram of gold, every block of salt, every trade caravan, all funneled into Musa's empire. In 1324, Mansa Musa did something no African king had ever done on such a scale. He went on a pilgrimage to Mecca and turned it into the most extravagant road trip in human history. He traveled with 60,000 people, including soldiers, servants, and attendants, 80 camels, each carrying over 300 pounds of gold, countless musicians, scholars, and officials. Everywhere he went, Cairo, Medina, Mecca, he gave away gold. So much gold, in fact, that he caused a massive inflation crisis in Egypt. Gold lost its value, prices skyrocketed, and it took over a decade for the economy to recover. Musa's name spread across Europe and the Islamic world, not just as a king, but as a living legend. Mansa Musa didn't just flex wealth, he built lasting power. When he returned from Mecca, he brought back architects, scholars, and books. He built the Great Mosque of Djenné, still one of the largest mud brick buildings in the world. Timbuktu's University of Sankore, turning it into a global center for Islamic learning. Hundreds of schools and libraries that preserved African, Arab, and classical knowledge. Under his rule, Mali became Africa's crown jewel, attracting scholars from as far as Persia and Spain. This wasn't just gold, this was culture, education, and architecture, a true golden age. After ruling for 25 years, Mansa Musa died in 1337, and his death marked the beginning of the end. His heirs lacked his leadership, and the empire slowly fractured from internal conflict and outside invasions. But Musa's story didn't disappear. He appeared on the 1375 Catalan Atlas, one of Europe's earliest world maps, holding a golden scepter and a nugget the size of a melon. His legacy lived in whispers, a black king so rich he warped the economy and reshaped history. And yet, most school textbooks never mention him. In today's money, Musa's wealth could exceed $400 billion, and that's a conservative guess. But what really sets him apart isn't just the number, it's the impact. He used his riches to person civilization, but a beacon of culture and brilliance. Mansa Musa was more than a rich king. He was a civilization shaper, one whose story is just beginning to be told. If this story opened your eyes, drop a time in the comments. Want more untold legends like this? Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so we can keep bringing forgotten giants back to life.